Hey guys. Okay, so I'm going to be building on something that I did last week. I did a kind of a love read, all about love, all about romance, and I used these lover oracle cards that I got. So I'm going to do another one of those this week because I had someone say they enjoyed it, and it's nice to sort of switch things up and do something a little bit different. Ooh, and the universe is already speaking to us. So let's see what she's got to say. So, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Beware of what you are protecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. You can relate to that. Okay, let's pull a couple of more, and then we'll start building on the read with the tarot cards. So I pulled Wait, Don't Rush Into It, Allow Nature to Take Its Course, and Sacred Union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So to me, these cards speak of an existing relationship. The card regarding the qualities that you both possess, to me, when I look at it, I see like passionate. So like you guys both have very strong, passionate personalities. And I feel like it ties into the Wait card about rushing into things, because I feel like you guys, you're very much alike. And you're like, oh my goodness, I just met, the other version of me. Like if you're a woman, you're like, I just met the man version of me. If you're a man, you're like, I just met the woman version of me. And you guys are just wanting to jump in with both feet. And I feel like the Wait speaks to putting in the groundwork to make sure that you truly get to know each other, you get to know each other's habits. You build a solid foundation, a solid friendship, before you move on to those more solid commitments. You just make sure that everybody's on the same page. And to me, the Sacred Union card speaks of, if this is a sacred union, which it sounds like you guys are quite a bit alike from what the cards are saying, then I don't think it matters if you do it now or if you do it later. Like the extra bit of time, it's not going to ruin what you guys have. It'll only make it deeper. Yeah, so I got the Five of Wands here. It was on the sharing the same qualities card. And you can see everybody scrapping it out in there. And so that also reiterates to me that you guys are both rather fiery. And that can be a good thing. It can also make bickering a little bit easier, because I feel like you guys tend to get your dander up a little bit easier, and so it just sort of sparks back and forth. I have the Eight of Wands, which speaks of communication. So I believe in this read it's speaking of the two of you learning to communicate in a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Constructive way. That's the word I'm looking for. Learning to communicate in a more structured way. And I have the Empress card as well. And I think she also speaks to not just a kinder way of communicating, a more nurturing way of communicating, but I think of nurturing this budding relationship, giving it that time to grow. I also received the Ten of Cups, and it speaks of abundance in the home life. So to me, this relationship looks like it has quite a bit of potential just from the cards that I'm seeing so far. I also received the Two of Cups, which represents relationships, and I got it on top of the Ten of Cups, which speaks of abundance in the home life. So again, to me, that reiterates that this is a pretty good match. This person that you found, yeah, you guys might be a little bit fiery, and it might cause a bit of conflict at times, but you are a good match. It's just a matter of learning to handle those not so positive qualities or not so endearing qualities in a way that doesn't allow conflict to arise and be detrimental to your relationship. I have the Hanging Man. To me, he speaks of you guys controlling the destiny of this relationship, and if you choose to get hung up in these behaviors, then you guys are the ones making the choice as to whether this relationship survives or if it thrives or if it doesn't. I also have the Seven of Wands, which tends to speak of being assertive, standing your ground, drawing your line in the sand. But to me, it doesn't speak of that here. It speaks of just being able to clearly state your expectations, your wants, your needs, and both you, from both sides, to make sure that each person is getting what they need as well. I have the Star card, and she represents hope in this situation to me. And like I said, I got her on top of the Two of Cups, which represents relationships, and then the Ten of Cups, which represents abundance in the home life. So again, for me, all of this is saying that this relationship has a very good chance. I have the Ace of Swords, which represents triumph. I got it on top of the Hanging Man, which is on top of the Five of Wands, which represents conflict. So I feel like you guys have a good chance of seeing your way through this and being able to choose a better way of communicating so that you can help nurture this relationship. I believe this is going to be an emotional, fulfilling relationship. You guys are going to have a deep emotional connection. That's what the Queen of Cups is saying to me, that you guys will have that deep emotional connection and emotional fulfillment in all of this. I pulled the King of Cups that was sitting right next to her as well. So again, for me, when I see a king and queen like that sitting next to each other, that means that you guys are very much a good pair. They can also speak to you guys being a little bit emotional at times, and I think that ties into some of the issues that you have in communication and not getting your hackles up. I have the King of Swords, and to me, I see the word truth, I see the word honesty, and I think that just ties into the way in which the two of you need to communicate and the way in which you're going to be successful. I have the Magician card as well, and he speaks of having all the tools that you need to be successful. So I think you guys know what you need to do. I think you're both very capable of doing it. It's just a matter of catching yourselves in those moments and making different choices and choosing different behaviors, a different way to talk to each other. I have the Ace of Wands, which speaks of new beginnings. It tends to speak of passion as well. So in this line I received the Seven of Swords. He tends to represent feeling like something was taken from you unfairly, you caught the short end of the stick in a situation. I have him next to the King of Wands, and the King of Wands to me feels very fiery, like quick to anger. And I feel like these are warning cards. So they're warnings not to give in to those hot emotions that just come over you right in the moment. because I feel like if you give into those, you're not going to have an abundant harvest. Because I got the Seven of Pentacles here. So I think this is what you guys are capable of getting, provided you don't let your emotions run away with you, and you're able to find this way of communicating, taking this time to build up your relationship. I have the Judgment card here, and to me she speaks of making a choice in all of this, and that you're choosing your own destiny when you choose your own behaviors. I have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands to me represents like a positive movement forward, working towards your goals. In this read, the feeling that I get from the Three of Wands is to take your time. Your guys' end goal might be to have a commitment, to settle down together, to start a family, build a life, and that's just fine. The Three of Wands to me is just saying, take the time to set down the solid foundation to be able to do that, so that you have the best chance possible of your relationship being successful and long term. I also have the High Priestess, and she represents things that are still unknown, but you'll find them out along the way. And they're not necessarily bad. And I think that's just going to be this process of getting to know each other and getting to know each other a lot deeper by taking that extra time. Alrighty guys, well, I mean, to me everything looks pretty good. It's just a matter of sort of keeping the tempers under wraps and learning a good way of communicating, open and honest, and calm, and taking time to really build that solid friendship that's going to last you guys a lifetime. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed the read. Please feel free to comment. I would like to know if you guys enjoy these, so I'll keep doing them on the weekends. Take care.